Good morning, fourth maths students. Now we shall move to next topic, concept of continuous and comprehensive evaluation. Okay, continuous and comprehensive evaluation. So already we discussed what do you mean by evaluation, and so to value the students and how far have they performed. Okay, and so it is important in education, and without evaluation and nothing could be possible, and evaluation is the ultimate purpose of any education. Okay, so that is decided by government, and the government is providing children and students education, and so just like that we can say, we can't simply these are the books, we simply study, and we can't simply go away, and we have to evaluate them. Okay, so how far have you studied, how far have you applied your intelligence, so what are all the efforts and what are all your dedication for the education, and these things, everything should be evaluated. Okay, so evaluation should be done in a proper way, in a systematic way. Lots of research should be done, and it should also be practicable as well. Okay, so when this is the situation, here we have to know about the concept of continuous and comprehensive evaluation. And what do you mean by continuous and comprehensive evaluation? Okay, so it is continuous as well as comprehensive. Okay, so see, continuous and comprehensive evaluation is a kind of is a process of evaluation. Okay, so SSLC examination, secondary school leaving certificate. Okay, see, that itself is not that also cannot be done in a proper way, because 10 years you are studying in school, and for the whole 10 years, 1 day or 5 days you are writing an examination, and what have you done in these 10 years? That is done on a single day. Okay, so that is not a proper way of evaluation. And these days I do not know whether you wrote a practical examination in science subject or not. That I do not know. Actually, we did not have a practical examination at the 10th level. Okay, at the SSLC level, we did not write or attend a practical examination for science subject or any other subject. Okay, so we had been in the school for 10 years, and what I did in the 10 years was only was decided, was evaluated in the on one particular month, on one particular day. Okay, that is not the proper way of evaluation, and that's what everyone is saying. And so these days in science subject, practical examination is done, and that is also welcomed, but still the whole Indian education system is done on one particular day's performance. Okay, and that is also not the proper way of evaluation. Okay, the most important reason is that on that one particular day, if you are sick, that's all, and the whole year's performance is not at all considered. For 365 days, you would have worked hard, you would have studied properly. On that particular day, if you are sick, and if the student have some other problem, then if the student have some other problem and he cannot attend the examination, then that's all the students hard work of 1 year hard work is completely wasted. So that is not the proper way of evaluation. Many are thinking about it, but economically that is what possible for our India. Okay, for school education at the school level, this is what we can do, but this is not the proper way, and we need to do continuous and comprehensive evaluation. That is the best way of evaluation. Okay, so especially continuous and comprehensive evaluation is school-based one, and it aims at all-round development of the student. Okay, so concept of continuous and comprehensive evaluation is a process of evaluation which is based, which is school based and aims at all-round development of the students. Okay, so this is a definition which you have to write. It is continuous and comprehensive evaluation is a process of evaluation which is school based and aims at all-round development of the students. Okay, so it includes continuity of testing and reasonable intervals covering different aspects of curricular and co-curricular areas to help the students. Again, I repeat, you simply take down what I say now. It includes continuity of testing with reasonable intervals and with reasonable intervals covering different aspects of curricular and co-curricular areas to help the students. Okay, see, it is the school-based evaluation covering all-round development of the student. Okay, so practically what is our way of evaluating students is not good. What we need to do is continuous and comprehensive evaluation. So it aims at all-round development of the student. Okay, so what we are doing is only testing your writing skills at the school level, at the higher secondary level. We are doing only we are testing only the writing skills of the students, not other areas. Okay, so continuous and comprehensive evaluation is school-based one, and it aims at all-round development of the students, and it includes continuity of the testing. Okay, that's why it is said continuous. Continuity of the testing. So continuously we have to test students. Not one single day evaluation, that is not proper way. Continuously we need to conduct a test with it's not like daily we conduct test and you are evaluated. That's not a way. Continuously we need to conduct test, and with the regular intervals covering different aspects of curricular and co-curricular areas. So students may be good in athletics, in dancing, singing, okay, in that in math subject, in science subject, in language subject, okay. So the students should focus on all these, evaluation should focus on all these areas of students. Okay, so not only the subject knowledge, the physical growth, sports and arts, on various aspects the students are evaluated. Okay, so this is said to be continuous and comprehensive evaluation. So as I said, it is continuous. Okay, I am explaining other various other points. So it is continuous. The test should be continuous, not one single day. Okay, so we need to conduct test at a regular interval of time. So that is, we need to do lots of assessment. We need to conduct lots of assessment to the students, and there should be class test, unit test, at the terminal test, and final regular evaluation. Okay, so all the tests are included in evaluation. Okay, that is said to be real evaluation, and that is said to be continuous and comprehensive evaluation. Okay, so class test should be conducted, unit test should be conducted, terminal test should be conducted, and a regular evaluation, final public examination should also be conducted, and that is said to be continuous evaluation. Okay, clear. Marks of class test should also be included in final marks. In college, at college level this is possible, but at the school level this is not possible, and I will say I will recommend that 50% should be internal and 50% should be external. 50% is final evaluation and 50% is the continuous and comprehensive evaluation. That should be the case. So what are you doing in class test? What are you doing in unit test? Everything should be done. Okay. So, and the next point, diagnostic test also be conducted, and accordingly what is the problem with the student. Okay. See, diagnostic, let's say, still actually I do not know whether I said to you or not, if we have time I will conduct oral test also. I will ask the class leader to send the phone numbers of you, and all the 50 students, all the 50, in your class more than 50 are there, and so all the 60 students I will call you and I will ask questions, and based on that I will give you marks. Okay. So written test and that is done daily, and written test is possible daily, practically possible, and oral test, though it is not, I am unable to conduct oral test daily, one day definitely I will conduct oral test. Okay, so by that your speaking skills are tested, and reading skills and your teaching skills, everything should be done. Okay. So let's say the diagnostic test that should be conducted by teachers, and so okay, again I'm able to remember Pratika. As far as Pratika's writing skills are concerned, it is she is absolutely she is excellent, and if I conduct oral test for her, and she is excellent in her writing skills. If I conduct oral test, she may be struggling to communicate. Okay, so Pratika is very good in her writing, and she is not good in her speaking, and so I need to, as a teacher, I need to help her to develop her speaking skills. Okay, and similarly reading skills and the subject knowledge, and okay, she is not good in fourth unit, she is good in third unit, so I should help her in teaching fourth unit. So such kind of diagnostic test, and on which area, in which area students are poor, and accordingly the teacher should help them, and then accordingly they should be evaluated. Okay, and this is the responsibility of the teacher. So okay, conducting diagnostic test, and then accordingly helping them, and the final class test unit tests are done, and then they are included for final evaluation. Okay, so this is also part of continuous and comprehensive evaluation. Okay, so after doing assessments and after doing class test and oral test, and the teacher should give them feedback. That is the most important thing, and accordingly that is the way of feedback is nothing but the way of helping students. Okay, Pratika, so you are not good in speaking skills, you are very good in writing skills. So therefore communicate with your friends often in English. If you have any doubts, you can ask me. And okay, when I conducted oral test, this is a grammar mistake, and this is in this way, if you study in this way, you can improve your performance. Likewise, the teacher should give feedback so that the students' performance will be improved. Okay, and such kind of continuous evaluation should be done by the teacher. And the next word is the important word, that is comprehensive. Comprehensive is including everything. Including everything is said to be, that is the meaning of comprehensive. Okay, so at the school level you would have performed the exercise comprehension question. Okay, that is, have you comprehended everything? It is not a single line. Have you comprehended the paragraph? Have you comprehended the story? Okay, so not one paragraph, one sentence, or just the names of the characters. Comprehension, all the points in the given paragraph, all the points in the story, everything is on various aspects of the story, on various aspects of the particular paragraph or passage, and the questions are asked. Okay, so that is said to be comprehension. Okay, so it is comprehensive. So just by testing where writing skills is not, that is not the proper way of evaluation. Just speaking skills, that is also not proper way of evaluation. Okay, 3 hours reading, writing, and speaking. As an English teacher, if I test that alone, that is also not proper. The subject knowledge, prose, poetry, grammar knowledge, what do you mean by noun, what do you mean by verb, kinds of nouns, kinds of sentences, everything should be tested. Okay, your speaking skills and writing skills and reading skills, as well as the subject knowledge, prose, poetry, and Shakespeare story, Wordsworth poetry, and everything should be tested. That is to be comprehensive. Okay, this is about English way of evaluation. On the whole, the students' evaluation, your sports skills, your physical health is most important. Okay, therefore, not only yoga, minimum level, the students should know the exercises. That may be yoga exercise or pranayama or western exercise or whatever it could be. You should know some kind of psychomotor. Okay, that is the physical skills. Okay, so that is also should be tested. Okay, but that is not done in university at the university level, college level, and also at the school level. That is not tested, but that is said to be real comprehensive evaluation. Okay, continuous and comprehensive evaluation is this. Your physical skills, psychomotor skills also be tested. And affective domain, whether you know the real values in life. Okay, do you know how to welcome your friends, how to welcome your relations, how to behave in public, how to behave in library. Okay, those things also should be tested. Okay, the discipline, the leadership skills. Okay, they all come under affective domain. The affective domain, students' affective domain also should be tested. Okay, that is said to be comprehensive evaluation. So these are said to be continuous and comprehensive evaluation. Okay, see the scholastic and post-scholastic aspects, that is all-round development of the student, that is said to be comprehensive evaluation. And scholastic aspects include curricular areas or curricular, that is specific subject, English, Tamil, English, Maths, Science, Social, and at the university college level, algebra, trigonometry, complex analysis in this particular subject. Okay, this all scholarly aspect, curricular aspect, co-curricular aspect, your sporting skills. Okay, do you know the exercise? Do you know the minimum level of yoga? Do you know pranayama? Okay, do you know the minimum level of dramatization, dramatic skills? Okay, as a teacher, you know the drawing skills. Do you know the drawing skills? Do you know the acting performance skills? Okay, everything should be included. Okay, then only it is called as continuous and comprehensive evaluation. Okay, so the continuous and comprehensive evaluation should be based on affective and psychomotor domain, cognitive domain, affective domain, and psychomotor domain. Generally, it is called as comprehensive evaluation. But today, we only evaluate your cognitive domain, not affective domain or psychomotor domain. Affective domain is very, very important. And I have tested only your writing skills. Let's say the attendance itself, on one aspect that is evaluating your affective domain. It's okay, you are not sincere in your education. You don't show a dedication in your education. That is one aspect of affective domain. Okay, so how far are you sincere? By online education, it is impossible to test your affective domain. But how far are you regular in the attendance? That is said to be affective domain. How far are you sincere? Okay. Have you submitted in time? In case you are unable to submit, you should give explanation. You should give. You should make a call, sir. For my mother is sick. I am sick. So that's why I am unable to submit in time. So you should call. You should call me and get permission. So if you do this, then okay, your character is good. You are disciplined student. So I can evaluate on this aspect. Everything should be evaluated. Okay. So for your attendance, your discipline, to a certain extent it is included in the internal marks, but more marks should be allotted for that. Okay. So that's what given here. Students' cognitive, affective, and psychomotor domain, everything should be included, and their arts performance, dance, and minimum level of, at least we should be able to appreciate your friends' dance performance. Okay, whether have you 50, let's say for example 60 or there. Okay, how many of you want to dance, how many of you want to sing, and how many of you want to show your talent, and whatever it may be, whatever the talent could be. Okay, and you yourself discuss, okay, who is the best dancer, who is the best singer, why do you say she is the best dancer, why do you say he is the best singer? Okay, those things also the teacher should ask, and based on that such things should be evaluated. Okay, so there are various evaluation tools and techniques for that, and the teacher should know all these things, and he should evaluate on these aspects. Okay, so this is to be comprehensive. Let me again summarize. See. Continuous and comprehensive evaluation is a process of evaluation. By that, students' all-round performance are evaluated. Okay, students' all-round performance are evaluated. So the test is conducted continuously at regular interval of time. Diagnostic tests should be conducted, and their problems should be diagnosed by the teachers, and accordingly the teachers should help them, and feedback should be given by the teachers. So this is said to be continuous evaluation. And comprehensive evaluation, students all aspects, students all the three domains, cognitive domain, psychomotor, affective domain, psychomotor domain, everything upon all the three domains, the students should be evaluated. In the subject areas, all the subjects, Tamil, English, Maths, Science, Social, all the subjects should be evaluated at regular interval of time. Their affective domain, their values, their disciplines, their sincerity, their dedication to the education, and such kind of affective domain, everything should be evaluated. Psychomotor domain, the art performance, appreciating arts, how far do they enjoying arts, the dance performance, the singing performance, the psychomotor domain, sporting skills, the exercise, yoga or pranama or other exercise, everything should be evaluated. So this is to be continuous and comprehensive evaluation. But this is what we need to do. As a teacher, we should know what is continuous and comprehensive evaluation, and as you studied what you mean by continuous and comprehensive evaluation, though it is not practically possible, you should be as a teacher, we should be responsible enough to do continuous and comprehensive evaluation of students. Okay, this topic is not over. I will do one more video on this topic. By that I will wind up this topic, continuous and comprehensive evaluation. Okay, thank you.